Good morning, afternoon, and or evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. Welcome to another Week 3 Open Randomizer match between ALTTTPR es auch nicht versus Major Mistakes. It'll be Ralen, Tankir versus Alexhax, respectively. And I am here with Antisim, if I pronounce that right. How are you today?
I am doing well. How are you?
I am ready for another rousing day of Randomizer.
Yeah,
we got Trinexes all over the place.
Yeah, this is our first race of the day too, so hopefully we'll see something entertaining.
First of many. So the ALTTTPR es auch nicht is, I believe, second in the Skullwoods division, with 12 points. They're 4-1 and won their first match against Major Mistakes, while Major Mistakes is 2-3, and I did not check to see what rank that puts them roughly.
I believe they're in fifth or sixth. They're right in the middle of the division.
Yeah, it looks to be about right from what I'm seeing here. So this could be an interesting match. Alexhax did win his first match. This is the second one that he's played. While Ralen Tankir, I believe this is his third. He's gone 1-1.
Yeah, should be a good one. So it is an open randomizer defeat Ganon with a full boss shuffle. That means each boss will appear at least once, and 3 random bosses will be doubled. As we get completely different starting locations here, Alexhax going for the more traditional Uncle play, which in Randomizer, you don't know what you're going to get in that secret tunnel, so maybe it's not the best play, but you never know.
Yep, it's just some interesting things. You get an early map check. Looks like there's a pendant down in Desert, and I believe Hera was 6-7, 5-6.
Eastern was just a regular crystal.
Well, Eastern was a regular crystal, yep. So one interesting thing about Randomizer is while Eastern is a crystal and not necessarily finishable, it does not actually technically require the bow to either get to the boss or kill the unless a boss that requires bow, aka Armos Knights, is there. That said, technically there are other weapons that can defeat the Armos anyway, so we're not going to be quite looking for the bow like we would be a lot of the time.
Yeah. The only dungeon that's hard locked by a bow is Pod in Randomizer. And that's only for the back, really.
And that's only for the basement, actually, yeah, because the back can be, or the right side is also a place you can go without the bow.
Yep.
So dungeon requirements are definitely a little bit altered with this mode, and including the boss requirements, which you won't actually know until you get there. So we might not see a lot of runners actually head to the back of some of these dungeons without at least a good assortment of weapons to deal with the various bosses that could appear. So it looks like we got an early 8 bomb pull, which is always nice to have, as well as 300 rupees. So we're pretty set up on both rupees and bombs for Kakariko. Uncle didn't really have anything but the shield, though.
Yeah, and a nice 20 rupee drop from the Hoarder Crabs. So
yeah, so
money won't be a problem in this seed.
Might see an early Zora check on this seed with all that money.
Though using fake flippers to get there could be a little treacherous in Randomizer. You don't know what's going to be on that in the lake.
Yep, looks like Alex didn't see the bush crab, so if Zora becomes relevant, that could be a loss of time.
Early coin here with Quake.
Never mind, there's another 300 rupee. And a sword.
And a sword. Early swords are always nice, no matter what mode it is.
So you got Quake and the weapon to use Quake. So at least we have some decent ways of dealing with rooms now, assuming we find magic at some point.
Yeah, but Quake isn't always the best one, because it doesn't always kill the enemies. It sometimes just turns them into little blobs.
Honestly, sometimes that's enough.
That's true. Lumberjack was just a piece of heart, so we will not be completing aggro for Lumberjack. Ooh, there's a glove in the well, though.
Glove, okay. Kakariko is giving us all the love today.
But
A lot of
nothing
times
much else.
runners, yeah. A lot of times runners will pick up those pots for the rupees, but considering Ralen's already at almost 900 going into the bottle mark, that's enough, more than you need for the entire seed, basically.
Yep.
Now for everyone's favorite in Randomizer, the chicken hut, which is 4 chickens.
That's kind of
That's
boring.
anticlimactic.
One of the race. Oh, a hook shot
A
put
hook
me
shot.
back at Chicken Hut. That is nice.
That's less anticlimactic. So all we're looking for is a lamp, and we can do a lot of cannons, or a flute for that matter. We can do all of Death Mountain light.
Correct.
So it
Or
not
if
really
they
surprised me to see that. Sorry, go ahead.
If they want to risk that dark room, which I've seen runners do and get through it successfully, so.
Yeah, with sword, it's pretty easy to do the dark climb. A lot of runners don't opt to really do that anymore, just because of logic reasons.
Yeah.
It's still not a terrible play if you're like considering doing Aga 1 or something, for example.
Yeah, that's true. Most runners would much rather go to the mountain where there's a bunch more check rather than sink that 3 minutes into agate.
Yep. Looks like Ralen saving quit back to sink, so he's going to go drop down to the back of escape here.
And Alex going straight to the race, straight for the race game. It's going to be kind of not very happy with those 10 arrows.
Nope. Let's see what's in the back of the escape here.
A net, piece of heart, and 20 rupees.
Okay, so nothing immediately useful there.
And Alex is going to go down to South Shore here, I guess.
Yep,
and with that hook
makes
shot,
sense.
movement will be much easier, especially with the little hook shot clips that you can do in the dam.
Yep, also a decent weapon for most things that can show up in the mini Moldarm cave.
Yeah, which tends to be those ice palace shadows a lot.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's a lot of the time though. Oops, missed the hook shot. We're gonna see a sink basically here now.
Gets it on the second go.
That's a scary looking pokey.
Yep.
It's fine, just don't touch the pokey.
And just some bombs.
Yep, both skipping the bombs. They got weapons aplenty right now. It's the field of death and fire and an anti-fairy and more fire.
Oh, we got popos in here.
Yep, those are also taken care of easily by the hook.
Yep. We got flippers.
That's convenient flippers.
And a second shield.
Second shield, yeah.
And a second sword.
Okay. Ooh. I rate that a solid 6 out of 10.
I absolutely agree. That's a nice full magic drop there.
Yeah, it would be really nice with that Quake, though with Master Sword it's not quite as relevant. As we're seeing a bit of a divergence here, Alex is going to go straight up to Hobo, while Ralen's going to take the long run out to Ice Rod first. Ice Rod. I imagine we'll see both of them loop back around, and we'll probably see a Zora check from both of them here as well. Just purely because they have 8 bajillion rupees and flippers now.
And our uncle just has 20 rupees.
What about Ice Rod Cave? 300 more rupees. I'd say Ralen took the better route. He gets more rupees that are definitely needed. Cough.
Yeah, this seed does not want our runners to go poor. This one. You need money, you got money.
Yep. So let's see. Is Alex gonna go to Ice Rod Cave first here? It looks like it. So I'll probably just see them swap positions here. High five real quick in the water. Oh no, Ralen's gonna skip. Nope,
Nope.
never mind. He's going just around to check the island.
Yep. Island and then the hobo. So they're both gonna get the items the other skipped at first.
Yep. They're just switching positions. They're gonna get it about the same time. $320 later, they're tied back up again. Except for Alex has checked the.
Yeah.
That is the only difference. Who will make it there first?
Ooh, that
It's a little scary.
yeah.
Yep, with that whatever that enemy's called blocking the way, Ralen makes it to your.
So Alex has to be a little bit more careful here.
Yeah.
Oh, a
There's
moon
that
pearl.
moon pearl.
And 20 rupees.
So we're just missing the mitts or a hammer to finish off our Dark World access. Could be over in Eastern, could be somewhere else. Could be right here.
There's our boots.
Could be in Bonk Rocks. Ooh, heart stun prize, so that's helpful for Alex right here.
It's also good information for the future.
Just in case there's low hearts. We're not getting too many right now. We're still sitting on green. Zora has the hammer. So we get our boots, our Dark World access. I'd say this was a worthwhile trip.
I guess Zora does pay off sometimes.
Only when you have 1,000 rupees, apparently.
And both runners can be very happy with those boots.
Oh, yeah. So far, everything is turning up these runners. So let's see if we have any divergence in where they head next. It looks like Ralen's going to head to Hype Cave.
Oh, that's
Fairy and hidden in a bush. It looks like Alex is going to head to Village of Outcasts via Bonk Rocks. So getting some divergence now. This will be fun.
Oh, we got another pendant at Skull Woods, and I think Misery Mire.
Yep.
I didn't see the last 5-6 crystal though.
It's okay. Our wonderful tracker, Dark Diplomat, probably has this unlocked.
And we got a blue mail, which is nice. Hive Cave starts off with a piece of heart, continues with another one, and our lamp, a book, and a potion.
Interesting.
That's a conflicting out of 10 for me, at least.
I had a solid 3. Because now you really want to go to desert, but you don't really want to go to desert, considering it's a green pendant and all.
Yes. But you do get extra checks like Sick Kid and the tablets if you ever get to them.
Yep. Looks like we're gonna get a pyramid and either pod or
that's a juke.
Or the catfish here.
Okay, so it looks like Swamp Palace is our second 5-6 crystal.
Interesting. We're just
Thank you, Dark
Diplomat.
Diplomat.
So Mirror gets us actually both of our 5-6 crystals this seed, probably, depending on what bosses are there. So
well, we can already get up to Hera without it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Mirror
Ralen
gets
is-
us more quickly to our 5-6 crystal.
That's true.
Looks like Ralen is going to go to get Catfish out of the way now, just in case. Not a bad call here, depending on where he's planning on going next. At this point, I would guess not Pod, but you never know.
Yeah, this can be a pretty hard area to route in, so getting it out of the way early is not a bad idea.
Yeah, and if something here, it could be definitely pretty big.
Just another bottle.
Another bottle. So he's heading to the sink as well, so gonna head over, probably turn in that bottle. So I did not see, was the first item a dungeon item or actual?
I was busy watching Catfish.
Me too. Okay, well he has at least one item. Probably two.
It was the big key, as chat's saying.
That was the second item though, or was it the first? Oh, what was the second item then? Whatever. Do we have one or two items? That's my question.
Okay,
What boss
so
do we have is the third question.
the only thing we're missing is compass.
You.
This does not look like a fun fight right here.
Gonna use some bombs, which are fine, but I'd be a little bit better served by sword spins.
Or Vitreous. Ooh, down to 1 heart.
He got that blue mail.
Yep. Otherwise, he would have been dead. Oh, just sniping him with that lightning.
Yeah, it's a tough fight to find pretty early here.
And Alex is going back for more. Ooh, and we have a Wallmaster in here.
Yeah, I saw that in the other episode too. It's not too bad of a place to have it, really.
Oh, we're getting an early ped check. And it's just health, so ped is officially gone.
Yep, no pedestal to see.
I'm sure the runners are relieved.
Well, I wouldn't be too relieved yet. You never know how many pendants are actually required. That Desert Palace green pendant's looking mighty auspicious right now.
That's true, especially with the lamp that was in Pipe Cave. You can complete it.
Yep. Gave you everything you wanted and be like, I dare you, go to Desert. So the interesting thing about Thieves Town in Randomizer is that like I said, the boss is something different. You don't actually have to destroy this ground for anyone, including even if it's blind. And then you, like we saw before, you can go straight to the boss and kill it without checking the back here. But there are items back here, so.
Yeah, if you get 2 items in the front and... Ooh, that was close. 2 items in the front, then... Ooh, there's a cane! That will definitely be required this seed. And back to as I was saying, in Thieves Town, if you get 2 items in the front, a lot of runners will opt to just skip the back. But we only got 1 this time, so...
Yep, so we're gonna see the thing as well. Looks like we got a key either on the boss or in the big chest itself.
Yep, looks like it. And I think Randomizer, it is possible for the key to be on the boss.
Correct. Okay, so we're gonna see more of the Village of Outcasts by Alex. Not sure if he'll head up to maybe get his cane here or not, but we shall see. way he's routing this, it's likely he's going to head down to the south and check dig game and that such stuff next. Which will then take him around to Hype Cave.
And get his Desert Palace starter pack.
Yeah, basically.
That is a mean big spike there.
That was the second item out of Skull Woods there, so there will be no going to the back of Skull Woods this seed, so we won't see what boss that is.
Just 3 digs for those 10 arrows.
It's going to be useless, at least it should be fast and useless. So with Alex checking the rest of this, we might actually see him go to Pod instead of Catfish after Hype Cave here.
Yeah, that is a distinct possibility.
Also be interested to see if he picks up more bombs from the bomb shop here.
Oh, he is down to just 1. That's not enough to do Hype Cave.
Which is not enough to do Hype Cave, yeah. Hopefully he remembers that's a thing before it's too late.
Yeah, I think he just realized with those 2 little swipes.
I don't think these were bombs either, were they?
Oh, yeah. He's gonna have to go.
Fortunately, there's tons of money in this seed, so buying some bombs off of the bomb shop here is definitely an easy... Though not everyone knows you can buy bombs here, so it looks like Alex remembered that. I believe there was another seed recently where someone forgot about that, so potentially they were watching that. Okay, so we'll get the rest of his stuff here, while Ralen takes care of the rest of the stuff in Village of Outcasts that he missed. We'll see if he takes a stab at Vitreous.
Yeah, already there. I don't see why not.
Yeah, it's definitely doable with sword spins. Master sword spins, I should say.
Just 10 arrows was the first item in Thieves Town.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there was 2 in the front, and I think we only saw 1 in the back. Yeah, because we saw the compass, so...
Yep.
There's 1 either on the boss or on the...
Big chest. Yeah, so as chat asked, the boss in TT is Vidi.
Correct, yes. So Alex having a little bit of problems with the sword dash there. Or spin speed dash there. And it looks like Alex is going to head up to the Catfish as well. So we'll have to see where he heads from there. The Death Mountain is fully available right now, as is Desert. And Pod is actually a completable dungeon. Well, sorry, no bow. You can check everything but the boss in Pod. I'm going to see some hammer strats from Ralen here.
Has a couple of the eyes down.
Yep, using pretty good spin strats here. Ooh, took a hit though. Has to be more careful. So far, so good. Fortunately, there's no annoying water to deal damage to you, so this is slightly easier, but you still got to be careful of those eyes. Snap.
Now it's looking like maybe going up to Death Mountain. Oh no, just the back of escape.
Yep, back of escape has not been checked by Alex yet. Just 2 eyes left. It's actually getting some good damage in on the big eye as well here. So yeah, big eye does take damage at this part.
It's just you normally can't do anything because he's in the goo.
Yep. Oop, a little bit of issues there.
There. Oh, nice. He done
Took
enough
care of-
damage. Whereas the last eye. Oh. And just 50 rupees. So that small key is in the big chest.
Yep. So that's 3 of the 4 items out of Pod, or out of Thieves Town rather. We'll have to see if Ralen goes to the thing or not, or goes to the back or not to get that last item.
Nope. Just going straight to South Shore.
Yeah, makes sense. Gonna check the dig game and Stumpy, and then we'll see where he goes from. Alex, meanwhile, is heading up to the mountain. Couple sword swipes at his bounces there, trying to anti-pad his fantasy stats.
Oh.
I imagine that's definitely what he's thinking.
This is not a nice cave here. We got Lionels, lasers.
I've seen worse, but Lionel's in there is definitely a tight fit.
Yes.
Hey, more rupees. Is that 4 300s we've seen already? Or is that all 5?
Yeah. I think that's 4.
Jeez.
It's probably about 2 too many.
It's at least 2 too many. So it looks like Ralen also went to Tankir, so it looks like he'll be also heading up to the mountain. Ooh, landed right on the...
Oh,
no.
That boulder just clipping him.
Call that an unfortunate series of events. Fortunately, he's not too far away from the uncle's house, or the old man, rather. Randall looks like successfully traversed the Lionel hallway there. Get his 300 more rupees. How exciting. And we'll see our next 5-ish. I guess 7 in Paradox Cave, technically, actually.
Bombs and hearts.
Well, that's half of it. Ish.
And we have pen gators.
Oh
here.
boy. It's the Ice Palace Paradox Cave. That's how it's a paradox. Get it?
And we got a mushroom.
Mushroom, you. That's it.
With that cane that Ralen Tankir has, we could see a fake powder, but a lot of runners opt to skip that and just turn in that mushroom.
Alex, missing the bomb jump, decides to run back up and give it a second try, though. This one looks good, though.
Yeah, that bomb jump, people don't practice because it's very simple to get. But in that same vein, it can be very annoying when you don't get it.
Yeah, I usually, if I miss it, I just go out and go around. It's barely worth the time to run back up and get it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're going to see Harrow. It is a fully completable pending boss dungeon. Not too many things can be up in Moldorm 1 anyway, so...
That's true. It is a very weird arena, so...
Yep.
And just 10 arrows on our first tablet. So that book... Oh, so Stalfos Knight.
It's a very rude bandit there. So it is key locked, or basement locked, I should say.
Yep. So we will see a parapet here.
Yep. Looks like the bomb setup. Looks like, did I get it?
So, yep.
I did get it, okay.
We'll take a little bit of damage because of 1.0.
Fortunately, there's plenty of fairies down here. Actually could have used one of his 2 green potions and picked up a fairy with net.
If you... That's true.
There's definitely an item in
Yeah.
that big chest. Because you've seen both the map and the compass now.
The question is, do you go back for it, or do you say, oh, you know, that bumper early? But do you go back for it, or do you gamble and say it's nothing?
At this point, there's really not a whole lot left. It might actually be... But then again, I would not fault either runner for not doing it. I probably wouldn't myself.
And we have Cold Stare,
Oh.
and we can't do anything about it.
That's, I think, the only boss that can spawn there at this point that we couldn't do.
And best to take a Death Warp. Don't want to get soft locked in here.
Yep. I think it might actually been faster to do... Oh no, Ralen's just gonna fall down the hole. Okay, so Alex is gonna leave both items in here, it looks like.
Ralen's going for it though.
Yep.
Oh,
Ralen...
we have that. Yeah, we have that small key, so we can't get soft locked.
Yeah, there's no soft lock, but... Okay, just a heart and spiral cave, so we'll have to see what's in the basement here. If it's fire rod or bombos, it's huge.
Well, the basement's got to be the big key, so.
Well, sorry, the big chest. You're correct.
Yeah. So a bit of a delayed information here.
See what the payoff is, but we actually haven't seen Sahasrahla yet, or Eastern, so could be something here all along. Once again, that desert is still open. Just a heart, more bombs, and another piece of heart. So up to 10 now.
And looks like Alex is going into EP.
Yep. Said this isn't technically blocked by anything, so as long as it's not another cold storm, you can pretty much kill everything except, well, or try next. Everyone's favorite.
Just 20 bucks.
Just 20. So Alex not spending all that time to check those is going to give him a bit of an advantage, assuming he doesn't go back to check it later. Meanwhile, Eastern with the lamp in hand is potentially fully clearable depending on the boss.
So what's left at this point? Pod and Eastern, really? And Desert.
Desert, yep.
Desert. Oh, keep forgetting about that Hype Cave Starter Pack.
I want to say the most efficient routing would have been Desert over to Eastern, just because you can turn in the green pendant on the way to Eastern. But it still being a pendant, I don't know if it's a hard call either. Getting this crystal out of the way is a good call. Plus, then you can just pop over down to 5 by via running and go to pod.
Yeah.
And hope you find the bow somewhere along the way.
So far, nothing here. And Ralen's gonna go check that mushroom.
Yeah.
And he did save and quit, so he could save scum it.
Yep.
And the mirror has a red mail on the mushroom.
Interesting. So not going to save scum the red mail.
No, especially when you don't know what bosses are in front of you.
Yep. Not a bad call. Honestly, the mail I prefer more for regular mobs than I do for bosses. Like the GT climb especially.
Oh yeah.
Is a lot better with red mail.
You don't know what enemies are gonna all of a sudden be randomized into the climb. And Ralen's going over a desert.
So we are going to see the desert first from Ralen. Interesting. We haven't seen Agony yet either, or the desert ledge, so there's not quite as many items over here, but almost.
The Beamos making bullying Alex a little bit there.
Yeah, Beamos in that room can be a pain.
Ooh, a cape.
I believe we saw nothing on Bumper Cave, though.
Yeah, but it's our first invincibility item.
That's fair. That does open up the Spike Cave.
Yes. And we got a Helma, which is definitely beatable here.
Yep. He's kind of jumped ship from his usual location to land in Eastern here.
It just seems he found the mirror and decided to mirror over.
Which means mirror and pod.
Of course.
Okay, Helmasard down. I do believe he has an item, unless I miscounted.
He does, yes. We found both the map and the compass. It's just 10 arrows, though.
Just 10 arrows in desert as well. His boots locked,
Simultaneous.
but did you see what was on the desert ledge?
I did not.
I didn't see what was on desert ledge. Is the next question. It looks like Alex
Bombs.
is gonna...
It was bombs. That is chat's informing us.
Just bombs. Okay, so that's 2 out of the 5 items counting Green Pendant here. Or I guess 3 out of 6 if you're counting Agana. Okay, where is Alex going? This is not the fastest way to get to pod. Oh, a mushroom, I bet.
Oh, yep.
And then might be heading to desert himself after this?
Yeah, if you take the warp, that's right there. It puts you right in, right next to Link's house, so...
He also hasn't checked Skullwoods or Sick Kid yet, so he could save and quit and do those 2 things. That'll get him a red cane, which isn't immediately helpful.
And so far, nothing really in desert.
Okay, so Alex saving and quitting. We'll see where he goes from here. We haven't seen the front of Escape yet either, interestingly.
That's one of those locations people just don't like to go check.
Yeah, it gets put off a lot nowadays, it seems. It looks like Alex is indeed heading down to desert. Okay, so I hate these red jellies in the rooms that you have to kill things in.
Yep.
Not too bad with hookshot, but the hitboxes are really weird on those things.
And we have a little red knight.
Yep, we'll see very shortly. Yep, looks like the boss does indeed have a item. Which boss it is, and if we can kill it, we don't know, but it seems likely that we'll be able to kill this boss. We only can't if it's
Yep, we can get it.
try next, but nope, it's Argus. Not the most fun fight to have, but definitely not too hard.
And honestly, there's a pretty good room for it as well.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy room for it, which is nice. Much better than, say, Mothila's room.
Correct. For those conveyors sending you everywhere.
Well, technically only to the right, but that's still enough. We've already seen Pedestal is only a full heart. So Argus just having 50 rupees, but we did get the green pendant, which is another item.
We'll see if that green pendant does pay off now. So Ralen's heading straight there, I believe.
Yep, I would imagine he's heading there, and then to Eastern himself. That'll give him a bit of a crystal lead on Alex here, since he was able to finish Vitria.
But with that cape, Alex might go back, because if you use cape and just slash at the eyes, Vidi dies pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy one. But that said, I don't know, I guess he is missing an item.
We got Bombos.
That opens up Cold Stare to be killed.
Yes, that it does.
Which is an item. Though there is still that front of escape. I think those are the only places left to check.
And pod.
Oh, and pod, you're right.
Which we've already said has the mirror, so.
Of course. You definitely want to have the mirror first. Then you can check Bombos Medallion for the bow.
Of course, of course.
Which then leads you to the pod boss, which has the flute.
Ah.
See, I figured this seed out. It's easy. Every time. Okay, so Ralen is following in Alex's footsteps, while Alex is following in Ralen's. This is similar to what we had earlier this seed. But when we're getting into a fairly linear seed, these things tend to happen, so.
Yeah, we've had very little diversions. Other than a few, like a Skullwood dip from Ralen, they've done basically the same things.
Yep, that is the big divergence right now, in difference in items at least, especially. Ralen has both Bombos and Red Cane. However, Bombos is on the green medallion from Sahasrara that Alex will be getting shortly. Meanwhile, the Red Cane was actually in Skull Woods. Both items were in the front there. We'll have to see how long it takes for Alex to get back there. It being a pendant, it might take a while.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we'll see him at least go there before he goes to Turtle Rock, but... Having a little bit of problems with Argus here.
But gets the eyes all down, and now just the main head.
Yeah. 4 Master Sword spins. Don't really have a better weapon for Argus at this point. No bow, no fire or ice.
And Argus goes down.
Yep. 50 more rupees, a green pendant, and we'll see if he goes straight to cash in that pendant or goes down to the escape first.
It wouldn't be a bad route to take the green pendant and go over to Pod with it.
That's what I'm guessing what he will do, but...
Or he goes to Sanctuary and just proves me wrong completely.
We might be seeing that Sick Kid's Skull Woods play.
Which we know won't get him anything useful right now, but useful in the long run for sure.
Okay, now I have no idea where he's going. Did he
He
not
has
check?
not checked the bridge. No, he thought about checking
Okay.
it, but then decided to go for Uncle instead.
Yeah, it is AGA 1 required, but there's nothing there. Or not required, sorry, available.
Yep.
And then I don't believe he's checked Pedestal yet either, right?
Correct.
So he'll be probably checking Pedestal and then heading to Dark World here. So we'll get his red cane, but lose some time on Ralen here. Since Ralen will be done with Helmasaur shortly, and then we'll have that Bombos medallion to do whatever he likes.
And Helma's down for Ralen, so that's their second crystal.
Yep. Oh, interestingly, Alex is actually going to take the trip all the way into town to do the Sick Kid. It looks like he is going to leave again to go do Skull Woods. So.
Yeah, without that mirror, it's kind of hard. Mirror or flute is going to be hard to route that Sick Kid in, so.
Yeah, definitely. Raylan's going to head to Pod, though. I'm still waiting for that castle check. Someone will do it eventually.
And if there is something hiding in there, the runners are going to feel very, very behind, even though both of them haven't checked it yet. Just because it is one of those plays that's open so early.
Yep, there could have been anything there the whole time. I don't believe Raylan's even checked Uncle yet, though we know it's nothing.
Ralen has not, because he still doesn't have that fire shield, so.
Where is Alex going? Oh, he's going to kill Vidi, okay.
Oh, okay.
That also makes sense. I was like, is there a check down here that he can do that I'm not thinking of?
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is Vitreous is that check. Okay, so Pod is one of the major outstanding locations we have right now to check, so let's see if we can find anything in here. Alex is really intent on using these bombs for Vitreous. It actually takes, I believe, 5 bombs apiece to kill one of those. Whereas, oh my goodness. Whereas it only takes like force board spins, I believe. Or he can just,
Yeah.
like it's said, use the cape and slashes and just beat away.
Yeah, and your magic doesn't even drain because while you're slashing, it cancels out movement, which cancels out magic drain.
Yep. Can see some hammer strats for the big eye here. Has red mail, so doesn't have to be extremely careful, but has to be a little bit careful just in case. I believe it takes 16.
Ooh, down to a half a heart.
Now you have to be careful.
Alright, just gonna pull out that cape again. Not a bad decision. And he goes down.
It'd be 16 spins, 32 slashes, or 16 hammer hit. But takes it down. It's a big key and a map out of the front of pod, so I'll just see the back of pod here.
That is the third key, I believe, so that means there has to be a key in the...
Well, there's 2 items in the front, so
Oh.
that means there has to be one already. So
Yeah.
I believe he's only gotten 2 of the keys out of the front. One in the... He hasn't gotten the one that's key locked already, so not needed at all.
Yep.
And he also hasn't gotten the drop down, which will be a key. However, you can do the rest of this without one if you haven't opened the front. Because you get 2 more keys back here, open the 2 doors, and you'll still have one for the back. That said, I'm probably not doing the boss unless we find Bo back here.
Yep. And that is a very annoying spike enemy.
That is 300 rupees.
Is that the last one? I think that's the last one.
Have we found all the 300 rupees yet?
I think we have.
Full heart, so that's 2 of the items out of pod, with potential 4, or possibly 5. There's 3. Meanwhile, Alex did actually head to Skullwoods as well, and we'll talking about annoying spike in it. We'll be getting his red cane, hopefully, so he doesn't skip that chest.
Oh, there's 2 of them stacked on top of each other too.
Yeah.
Ooh, ice rod.
Ice rod. I'm not sure if that's an ooh moment, but sure.
But I mean,
that's nice to...
if you ever come into Trinex, you're not worried about searching for that anymore.
You can have the fire rod though.
That's true. For once, we have the rod we don't want. Or don't want to need.
Yep.
And the one we do want, we don't have.
And with Bombos, we don't need fire rod for Coldster either, so it's basically just for Trinex and Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing in pod other than that ice rod. So we're looking at escape or cold stare at this point. Looks like Ralen's gonna head to cold stare. So
It's a boss you can complete, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's a crystal, it's a boss. I don't hate it, especially considering where that Bombos was. It's definitely quite interesting how much both of these runners are avoiding the castle. I don't remember how many... Were 3 items in the back of escape, so there should only be 2 left. That probably has a lot to do with it.
And Alex gets their red cane.
Yep. And is leaving?
Should be. Yes.
But where to?
That
Bumper
is-
Cave? Might not have checked Bumper Cave yet.
Yes.
Where is that? That dead rock just kind of went on a trip.
It decided its people needed him, so away he went.
With his people. Oh my goodness. Just a piece of heart, okay. Okay, now Alex has pod, cold stare up in Hera here, or the castle
Alex,
to go.
Alex can't do cold stare, doesn't have that bombos yet.
Oh, that's fair. He needs to turn in the green pendant.
Oh, here we go. We got our first new check in a bit here.
Hey, going to the castle. So we'll figure out our answer here pretty quickly either way, because it's one of the two.
With no fire rod, this fight is not fun.
Yep, using sword spin, especially in this. This is an interesting place to fight them. I did not see what that first item was in the escape. I'm watching this Cold Stare fight.
As am I. Using that cape is a good idea, though.
Sounds like 5 rupees. Yep, there we go. Okay, what do you got, Cold Stare? Nothing.
Just 10 arrows.
So escape is our answer. So Alex will be finding something here. And it's
There's
the mitts. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Just
Yeah, I think that's the yep, just
Yeah.
the map left. I think so.
Map and key are both in those last 2 chests.
Yeah.
So okay, well, I imagine Ralen will be heading there pretty shortly. Oh, there was Spike Cave. That was another option.
Oh yeah. So that's gonna take Alex away from that bombos. So unless he finds that fire rod or a bow that leads him back to pod.
That's probably for the best form at the moment, knowing that Cold Stare isn't. That said, we don't know what's in the pyramid yet, and that it is one of the 5-6 crystals. So if we find Mirror relatively quickly, then
but there's a flute.
That's gonna take Ralen away from the. Well, I guess not that far away. There's not much he can do with that flute.
Yeah,
actually, there's nothing he can do with that flute.
The mitts just lock so much.
However, once he gets the mitts, he can do a lot more with that flute.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll have to see if Alex makes a trip over to Spike Cave after his Dark World checks here. Dark Death Mountain checks.
I don't see why not. You can't do much in TR without the fire rod, so.
Of course, yeah, that's not the order of doing that. Every once in a while, everyone's done this. If any runner says they haven't done this, they're lying. Everyone forgets that you have to do that in the correct order, and you only do it once, but you always forget once.
Yep.
You just look at to hit all these 3. Wait, why did it make a different noise? Ooh,
and we have Quake.
Can get into Turtle Rock. We'll see. Alex might actually go in and check this. Like, there's Fire Rod could be here. It would not be the first time.
And Ralen going straight towards escape as well now, so we'll get his mitts.
We'll smartly check Hookshot Cave and the Super Bunny Cave first, but I'll be very interested to see if they check into that place. Into Turtle. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a mirror, by the way. So
yeah, no, I was speechless for a second.
So that will probably take him away from the Spike Cave, though.
With that, it might. But you're already here. And
that does
especially,
sorry.
Yeah, without that flute, it's kind of that mirror won't really do much for him because he can't go into Hera, or he could, but we know there's nothing there.
Yeah, it opens up Swamp though.
That's true. And that's the other 5-6 as well.
Yep. Though I guess without Bombos, that doesn't really enter his mind quite yet.
Yeah.
We are going to see Turtle Rock. It does also open up the Mimic Cave if the Turtle Rock lets us get that.
Which, for our runner's sake, hopefully it does not. Unless it has Fire Rod.
You can technically get to the Turtle Rock boss if there are 2 regular items on the right side. And there's Ralen's mitts. Just an immediate save and quit. There's
And we're
the
locked.
big key, but we're locked. Yep. Yep. Big key has to be in the lava room for that to be a possibility. But so,
Yeah.
At least it was a quick one, so you know that you need that fire rod, and it's not trapped in there somewhere. Okay, so Ralen's gonna start doing some mitts checks as well. And it looks like we are going to get that flute from Alex. So really good play from him here to get this out of the way. And it will pay off. It doesn't often, but it does this time.
That's been the seed so far. Zora never pays off. Zora paid off.
Yeah.
Spike Cave never pays off. Spike Cave paid off. And Ralen's going straight for Ice Palace. I like this play, especially with the new Icebreaker glitch.
Yeah, it's a potentially fully completable dungeon. Once again, fire. It could be a Trinex down here.
True.
But with Bombos, you can get in here. Alex is going to go turn on his flute, possibly check King's Tomb while he's here. Not check King's Tomb while he's here.
Just go straight for that flute.
We could, with a mirror, we could easily see Mire area from. Get Mire Shed, the checkerboard cave out of the way.
And also the knowledge of what's needed to get into Mire.
Yep, which may or may not be useful since we don't. It is.
So since chat is asking, Icebreaker glitch is when you use the red cane to get to that right side of Ice Palace really quick and skip a lot of the dungeon.
Yeah, it's a very recent glitch found. It looks like we will be seeing it from Ralen.
You need to flip the switch first, though.
Not necessarily. If you're planning on full clearing anyway, you'll get
true.
Both keys to get through easily. So basically, what happens here is when you have the Cane of Samaria block out, it won't let you go through a door with it for whatever, or push it through a door, which glitches it out. And I don't remember the exact explanation, but it's something along those lines.
Yeah.
There are some guides out there that have the better explanation than that than I can give you. So please just check those out if you want more information. But otherwise, basically, the implications for Ice Palace is that it lets you get to this right side extremely quickly, letting you skip the whole Ice Palace, bomb jump, things like that. That whole sequence with the falling Stalfos. It's very useful.
Yes. Especially since I'm bad at bomb jumps, so I can just avoid it altogether.
This wasn't banned before. It actually didn't. No one knew it existed before.
Yeah, this was only discovered like a couple months ago, and the Racing Council just made a decision on it this past week. So.
Yeah. So as with any new glitch, they're usually not usable in the Link to the Past, any official Link to the Past randomizer setting, until the quote-unquote Racing Council, quote-unquote, but the Racing Council, it's a group of people that are kind of volunteers and help kind of make sure everything gets keeps up on the up and up, just make sure everything runs smoothly with the community, and also approves things like glitches and such to be used, just to help make sure everything stays fair for everyone doing the runs. Very, very good thing to have, I think. So,
I agree.
But so, like I said, there with any new glitch, it takes a bit for them to make sure, see if it's like something that would be unfun to do in actual randomizer, or potentially just like too difficult, things like that. As always, there's a lot of continuing discussion around what glitches shouldn't be available, things like that. But anyway, getting back to this race, looks like Ice Palace so far has turned up nothing.
And Swamp seems to be what Alex was hoping is going to pay off for them.
Yep, no, it's a great call, I think, with the mirror in hand. We may see another glitch here with another newer glitch here called Diver Down.
Yep, you get to skip the entire training sequence for the back.
Yep.
And we'll get to see what Ice Palace has.
Yep, we'll see what boss we have here. Once again, pretty much the only boss that isn't killable at this point is the Triangle.
But we have an 8-eyed Moldorm. He sees you no matter where you are.
Poor little Moldorm.
Sensory overload.
It didn't know where to go. It had too many eyes. Okay, so that's the 4th crystal for Ralen here. Nothing useful there, but hey, 4 crystals is good to have at this point. We are going to see a left side check from Alex here.
This room does not look very fun. BMO, spikes, red jellies, and a mimic.
And a mimic. Go for the mimic.
This one's very vanilla, though.
Except for the wall running skitterbugs there.
Yep.
They're off into the distance. I will find my water another place. Thank you very much.
Oh, that would be a very mean wall master to get hit by.
Yeah, it would. There's the big key, so left side at least means you won't have to come back in to swamp.
And a sword.
And a sword, okay.
That's worth it. Unless the other one's somewhere on the way. I'd consider... Oh, there's a bow.
There's that bow in Meyer Shed. That makes pod completable, and I do believe there was an item in the back.
Yes, there was.
But Ralen is going to opt to head to... Yep, is going to opt to head to Dark World here.
Did Ralen check what Misery Mire was? I don't think they did.
He might have. I missed it though.
Okay.
He also might just skipped it since it's both a pendant and he has 2 medallions already. Probably just doesn't want to even think about it.
That's fair. Chat's saying it could have been Ether, but he did check it very quickly.
Okay, so he probably knows what it is, but we don't quite yet. So far, Swamp only having that sword as well as, I guess, the Mirror Shield. I think it was also...
Mirror Shield was in Hookshot Cave.
Oh, that's right, it was, wasn't it?
Yep.
So, Ralen will get that
Get a shovel.
That
Here in Swamp, so that could be something.
At least that gives you something else to do in your trip around to Cave 45 and potentially Bombo some tablet.
That's another thing they could do. They could go do the Smith chain.
And there's also the Smith chain, yep. There's a definite, pretty high density of checks here. Ooh, looks like I got a Bolus Armos. Be a bunch of slashes.
And Ralen gets their mirror.
Yep. See where Ralen heads after that. Yeah, it takes quite a number of slashes. It doesn't really have a better weapon for this. Things like the Cane of Burna can be good for this fight. If you have full magic, sword beams are better, but... And then obviously the bow, but we don't got any of those.
That's 3 down, though.
Yep. Just keep slashing away, and eventually they'll go down. Be a little bit careful about health here, though. Okay, 1 left.
Down to 1 heart though.
Yep, gotta be careful. Actually, if you just stand up and slash up, he won't actually hit you.
Yep.
You have to do all this dodging
There
and
we
such,
go.
but successfully does it, gets 50 rupees for his troubles. And Swamp gets him, once again, the second 5-6 crystal, so the thing is...
Still needs to go pick up that Bombos though.
Yep, still needs to get that Bombos to actually kill Cold Stare. Looks like we're going to see some more mirror checks here. Bombos Medallion. And he might actually head to Smith's as well at this point. Just do this entire loop.
And it looks like Ralen's going back to the Misery Mire area. He didn't check Checkerboard Cave, I think.
Correct.
Nope, they save and quit straight out of the shed, so.
Yep, red boomerang here. And it looks like Alex is actually going to flute. We'll see if he heads to Mire Shed area himself. Yep.
That's going to be a good thing for them. Oh, there's Ether.
There's that Ether.
No. We know nothing's on the pedestal, but seeing that Ether can't feel them make them feel good.
Yep, and that is indeed Ether for Mire. Ralen's not going to take that bait, though. And instead looks like he'll be heading to Swamp himself.
Though Alex will save some time on Ralen because they have not dipped into pod yet, so it won't be a double dip.
Yep, and interestingly, we might actually be in go mode here. If there is no Trinex blocking in the way, we have all the items we need to finish the seed.
Well, we can't get through TR without the Fire Rod.
Oh,
unless...
Right. Never mind.
Because we already got the big key, so yeah, it's definitely Fire Rod locked.
The perils of thinking about bosses and not actual dungeons. Yeah. Okay, never mind. We need the Fire Rod for go mode, so ignore me. Looks like Alex is gonna take his bow down to pod and get his Bombos on the way. Which actually might be bad for him, because this might send him to Ice Palace next, which we already know has nothing in it.
It is a crystal, though, so...
Yeah, it's definitely the one that Alex would like to go mode at this point, though, considering I would say he has a bit of a deficit against Ralen, if not in items. Oops,
it may also take him back to Hera, because that's the other 5-6 crystal.
Yeah, that's definitely something that could happen as well. Go to Hera, get the 5-6, do Pyramid. Like you said before, though, there's also the Smith Chain, K45, and the Shovel.
Yep. The other fetch quest that we've gotten so far.
Yep, and this will get Alex's Ice Rod as well. This will also be a slightly more efficient pod for Alex with the mirror in hand.
That's true.
And that was a map in the first chest, so very much right side required.
Also, we have a moment where the runners are just checking things the other one is checked already. I just want to give a shout out to these runners. They've been putting on a great race for us. If you go ahead and put the R command in chat, you'll see their channels. Go ahead and give them a follow. Also give a follow to our tracker and my co-com, our tracker being Dark Diplomat, who's been awesome into this entire tournament so far, and Freddy, also same. So give them a follow, and yeah. Ralen is going for Diver Down. And gets it with ease. Alex is also going for the hammer jump. And gets it first try. All for those 300 rupees.
Okay, looks like Ralen went straight to the back here. So no attempts to perform at the moment.
Yep. Yeah, they also got the diver down the first try.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
So we'll have to see they go back in for that left side there. Here. Did get the hook shot out, so that leads me to believe that they will.
Yep. And Alex gets their ice rod here.
I don't recall if there was... Oh, that's the compass. So there is an item on the pod boss here.
Yes.
I do believe this has to be a key. Yep. So that means you can go straight to the back. Like you said, same routing we were talking about earlier.
I probably just wanted to route it in this way to get back.
I think Ralen wanted to do diver down for left side swamp here too, but if you don't do it early, you can't do it after since you don't have the key.
Yep.
However, he is one item from go mode, so I can't blame him for doing the back first two.
Yeah, if it's there, you can just go ahead and finish it off. So finish off the seed. And we have a hidden ice palace lizard somewhere. Don't know where.
It's sure something.
Just use bombos. Their hitboxes still exist even when they're invisible.
Hey, we got it. That's something I wouldn't have thought of. So.
Yeah. Did that work?
That didn't even work.
That didn't even work. What?
Game? Oh, it was one of those.
Oh, it was one of those. I thought it was.
Where did he appear at?
I don't know.
Like
He probably went off screen somewhere and then.
Anyway, with that short delay out of the way, I will see the big Kia and tempered sword for Ralen Tankir.
Yep. And going back for that big chest.
What do we got in Turtle Room today? A bunch of nonsense.
Much easier than turtles, to be honest.
True. Yeah, there's definitely some rooms that are much easier in Randomizer, and yet other rooms that are much more difficult in Randomizer usually. Okay, and there's the last item out of Swamp for Ralen, so we'll see where they head next.
Let's see what we got here. What? Oh, we have a Trinex.
Oh no.
So it will be a double dip.
Hopefully Ralen doesn't head back there before Fire Rod now.
That's an unfortunate boss right there.
So Alex getting the flute out. I'm guessing this is the 3. Yep. While Ralen, I think, is heading to the bomb shop here to do his 5-6. Nope, he's heading up here first. He does have that shovel and K45, so.
So a bit of the runners meeting back here, doing similar checks, I think. So.
Yep, I think Alex will be kind of skipping out on Hera, hoping to do it in go mode. So if Fire Rod ends up being on the
Pyramid Fairy.
Pyramid Fairy, that's the one.
Yep.
Then that could be pretty much decide the race here. However, if it is here, then it will be an interesting. That said, Alex does have a lot more to check, or to finish.
But they will get to go mode Ice Palace, which is much faster.
Yep. But Ralen, having already finished those, only would have to do Pod and Turtle Rock.
That's true.
100 rupees in the hammer peg. So best case for Alex is either Smith or Purple Chest having the Fire Rod. While best case for Ralen is almost definitely it being on the Super Boss in Pyramid Fairy.
Which is where he's going immediately.
Yep. It is not on the Smith.
Ralen is possibly going to take this into Pod, which could be bad if he does.
Unless it's actually the Fire Rod.
Unless it's the Fire Rod, yes.
Outside of these checks, we have Graveyard Lead, Mire.
That's it.
I think that's it, yeah. That exhausted the list of checks. So while there is nothing left, there is not too much left. So first chest, 10 arrows. Second chest, 20 rupees.
It's not here.
Not Pyramid Fairy.
So Mire or Graveyard Ledge. Yuck. Oh, we also have the purple chest,
yep.
Yes.
Still got one more before we have to go to one of those. And Ralen is indeed going to get the bad news about Pod here, unfortunately.
So we do have a rod hunt today. It's just not the regular rod.
It's not the ice rod for once. Isn't that refreshing? Cough. It's for the same boss, too.
That it is.
And I guess Turtle Rock, but eh.
Eh. We know it can't be in Turtle.
Oops, sorry.
We know it can't be in Turtle Rock, which is nice.
Yeah. I'm guessing Alex is going to head to Ice Palace here, and yeah, that makes the most sense for him. I would be very, very surprised if anyone ever went to Mire before Ice Palace.
Yeah, Mire is just not a fun dungeon, and when it's a pendant, it's even worse.
Yep, Ralen had to jump down to get a key here, just to get a key for the back. Still probably faster than running all the way to the through bow-locked side, or normally bow-locked side. Especially considering he's going to have to do it a third time now. He doesn't know yet, but...
Let's see if that little creep does the same thing for Ralen that it did for... Oh no.
Nope, it showed up.
It showed up.
Itching to see if Alex knows Icebreaker here as well.
Nope, deciding to go for more regular strats.
Yeah. No, not necessarily. Could be doing just hitting the button, but with bombs out, I'm guessing not. Fortunately, there is one bomb here, so he'll be able to do this room still, but if he messes it up, he could be... Oh, wait, never mind. This is Randomizer. Do. It's okay,
So
I was
now
thinking the same thing as Al.
Yeah, he won't be able to do the bomb jump anymore, though, unless he gets a nice bomb drop from one of these enemies.
Yep. Fortunately, with cane in hand, it's not a big deal.
That's true. So he is looking for that drop and is not going to get it, unfortunately. And Ralen just mirrors out immediately.
Poor Ralen. Goes all that way. Okay, so Ralen has, I believe, less to check left at this point. It looks like Meyer will be the play from him. This is the more likely of the two places that the fire rod can be. However, there is that graveyard.
Yeah, we're between a bad place and a worse place, so. I was having a little trouble with that stairwell.
Chicken, get out of the way. We need to bonk. Okay, got a key out of the freezer room, so I'll let him get to left, right side easier. But this is a good way to show how much time that icebreaker can save.
Yeah, you just get over here so quickly. Nice use of ether in Meyer too.
Yeah, it takes care of those big enemies pretty quickly, and gets him quite a few hearts as well. There's that big key. Okay, what will we have in Meyer? Another small key. Okay. Well, it was a fast fire.
Yep. Which is odd, because we're not in go mode.
I know, right?
Oh, this is not a nice. Those rollers. And
Rollers
of
like
course,
to show up when they're least wanted.
Yep.
Not reversing those though.
And I think it's the Stalfos that has the, or the skeleton that has the key. So we'll need to go back and kill that. Yep.
Yep, gets the key out, gets the lamp out. Wouldn't be the first time I've seen fire rod on Firelux item. Just the compass, so no items out of here yet. We're looking more and more likely there's an item on the Meyer boss.
Gonna have to do this big key room the slow way.
You need another key there, Alex.
Oh, yep.
I think he has a red potion.
Yep, and he's gonna use it.
That's smart. That anti-fairy could definitely take him. Fortunately, there's a key right here, so it's pretty easy to get back in.
That's the only unfortunate thing about having to do Ice Palace the vanilla way. You have to make sure you get all the keys. And the gold sword.
There's one item, and it's a gold sword.
I don't think the owners wanted that one.
That's not the item I would prefer to see when you're looking for fire. Have a little bit of Samaria issues with those sand things. I guess they're ice things in Ice Palace, but fortunately for Alex, the boss will be pretty easy down here. Getting down here was the harder part. So Ralen's really hoping he doesn't have to go to the Mire boss here.
There it
He
is.
does not. There's the fire in
Let's
the
go
Mire big chest. So at 129 and 45-ish, Ralen Tankir has officially hit go mode. Just has to finish Trinex in pod and then make his way through Turtle. Gonna buy a couple potions on the way. Meanwhile, Alex has his 4th crystal out of Ice Palace. And let's see where they head next. Oh, we're gonna head up and do Hera. Darn. That's definitely not good for him.
At least he'll get another crystal. But
yeah, but this will lead to the nothing that is Pyramid Fairy before actually making the way down to the answer, which is in Mire.
Pendant Mire.
It is rough. Yeah, Pendant Mire, big chest. Oofed.
So essentially, you needed that Bombos off of Green Pendant. No, maybe not.
No. It didn't actually do anything.
No.
Because Ice Palace had nothing and Cold Star had nothing.
No, yeah, because there's also Ether on. But still, it would have been really annoying to have to come here before going to, like, Hera. Come to Mire.
Yep. Oh yeah, Alex never checked the big chest either, so this is 2 items.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, essentially all dungeons dipped, as chat's pointing out, as our tracker is pointing out.
Yeah, there was the Cane in Skull Desert led to the Bombos, which actually wasn't required, was it? So I guess Desert was technically not a required dip. But Skullwoods and Mire most assuredly were.
Now it's going for Hera Pot. It is faster, so.
Yep.
And with that gold sword, Trinex is gonna be laughably easy.
Oh yeah, super quick. And with that, it is done. Time to head up to Turtle Rock. I already have the big key in hand, so I just need some small keys.
And just 1 crystal left. Ooh.
That was close.
That was dicey there for a minute.
Okay, There's Cold Stare down for Alex. Gets the 5th crystal. While Ralen has just gotten his 6th and is heading to Turtle Rock for the 7th.
Yeah, so we haven't had any repeat bosses as of yet.
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna see our repeats probably in Ganon's Tower here.
Yeah, seeing as we've seen all the bosses except for the one in Gull Woods and the one in Misery Mire.
Yeah, we haven't seen Mothula. We've seen or no, that's right. You mean those bosses?
The bosses, yeah, not the
Mothula, yeah. Or Blind for that matter, yeah. So a couple of potentially easy bosses coming up on the GT climb.
Of course, we could just get another Trinex.
Yeah, another Trinex, another Vitreous, why not?
Alex is going for the expected play into Pyramid Fairy.
Yep, I don't see why you would do Ice or Hera here other than to do this next, so...
Yeah.
So expectedly heading here to do this, we'll get Disappointment, and then head to either Graveyard, Ledge, or Mire, his last 2 locations. Key in the map.
Yeah.
Doesn't even bother with a potion there.
Yeah, you've got 13 hearts and red mail.
We actually haven't seen half magic yet, interestingly enough. But I do have 2 green potions. And it looks like Alex heading to Mire.
I wonder if they'll do the big key chest before the big chest, because the big key is in the lobby.
I don't know. It's definitely interesting to see how you route this. Because the big key chest did have the butter sword on it. Not that that's necessarily a huge help, but
Yeah.
Some might argue that it's losing time rather than gaining time, but... Alex got the ether out to use, but didn't decide to use it with all the pretty easily killed enemies there.
Ralen prepping for pokies that aren't there.
Fire Red is useful though.
Yeah.
Takes out those red jellies without having to deal with their annoying just a heart there, so we just need to dodge. So the only way skipping the lava room chest and the big chest can hurt you is if both happen to be key, which is a very low chance. That said, it can happen.
I don't think I've ever seen a seed where that's happened, to be honest.
I heard one actually happened like a week or like either this week or last. That happened to somebody in a race.
Ooh.
But yeah, I've never personally seen it in a seed. Looks like Alex is indeed going right side.
Or the key's right there.
Left side
First chest.
Well, yeah.
Not even gonna bother with the rest laser bridge.
Wasn't gonna hype it up. Because, like I said, it's very rare.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a very nice BMOS placement yet.
It's kind of rude.
All right, let's see what we have in TR.
Second Vitreous.
Second Gold Stare.
Or
It's blind.
Just blind.
I'm gonna use some red cane strats.
Yeah, blind a little bit more of a pain in Randomizer than normal, since you don't really get the scripted strat that you can use in Thieves Down.
Yeah, even in Thieves Town, you have to. It can be hard to set up.
Yep.
And that's the last crystal. And there's a game we like to play here. Between 1 and 22, that big key could be NGT. If you guess the right number, you get points on our leaderboard. What's your guess?
Rando
Freddy.
Room.
What was that? Rando Room?
Rando Room.
All right, I like to go with Compass Room.
Fair enough. If there's a key on Hope Room, I guarantee you it's in Rando Room.
Because if there's a key in Hope Room, everybody goes right.
Disclaimer, not all guarantees are guaranteed to be accurate.
And he's in.
Okay. 26 points this time around. It's like skipping the Hope chest here, and we'll see a map. And there's Alex with his fire rod, officially in go mode at 141.15. Having already done the rest of the crystals, this just means he'll have to go do pod and throw a rock.
Should be pretty quick though, especially with pod. Blue
Yep.
cane in number 2, half magic in number 3.
Found all of our useful defense items. It's Stalfos room all along.
Which only had 1 Stalfos.
The quarter Stalfos room.
Oh, that's not a nice BMOS.
Fortunately, Mirror Shield helps.
That's true. Bombs.
Whoops.
Ooh. Doesn't get the boomerang strat quite right.
Yep, that strat can be a little finicky if you're not ready for it. There we go, looks good that time. It's definitely faster once you're used to it. There's a few fire rods. More bombs. Just means it's telling you it's going to be in Rando Room.
Going
Gotta
for
have bombs.
Or we could see the whatever boss is in the Icearmos location today.
It's true. I'll have to see if it's not here, if he mirrors out to do full right side, or go straight to Icearmos area.
And he's gonna mirror out, looks like.
Yep.
Yep.
No big key though.
So that's what, 11 so far?
Yep, that should be 11.
12. 13.
And there was a key right in Hope Room.
What? Oh, that's a Popo. I was like, what enemy is that?
I don't know why that one glitches out that bad. Okay, making our way to the compass room here.
14 through 17.
Number 14 has it.
I had the room,
Yep.
just didn't expect it to be in this order.
Not quite Compass Chess, but definitely Compass Room.
Yep. Right, congratulations to Logix Zero, who won our big key guessing game and won 14 points.
26
Or
points.
won 26 points, sorry. Guess
With
14.
guess number 14. Yep. 14 was the number, and the big key was 14. Alex having a little bit of problems with the fire head there. Looks like he's gonna have to burn a green.
I must say, I do like what Randomizer does with some of the boss sprites, though.
I do like watching Helmasaur in Mothula's. He just starts spinning his tail. If you haven't seen it,
Helmicopter.
the Helmicopter, yeah. That said, I hate actually fighting Helmasaur in Mothula's room.
Which is fair.
Okay, Ralen working his way at the start of the gauntlet here. Kind of an annoying first room. Bunch of enemies that just... While Alex has his 6th crystal out of pod.
Another very annoying room here.
Yep.
Luckily, don't have to kill the bats. They don't count as enemies.
They're just there and annoying.
Nope. That is an annoying Helmasaur, though.
Yeah. Oh, another one. There we go. Using the... Still can't hit it from the front when you hook shot it.
So honestly, not too bad of a gauntlet here. More annoying, really.
Yeah, nothing like super difficult. Just, yeah, a lot of things that like to disappear and come back.
And we have a vanilla land mola too.
Yeah? Nice quick Landmo 2 with Butter Sword. Still haven't found those silvers.
They're probably a graveyard ledge.
Whoop. That'll
Ooh.
fall.
Yeah.
We're a little low on hearts, but he does have blue potions, so should be fine. Those Helmasaurs and that mini Moldorm. If you thought mini Moldorm Cave was bad, wait till you get mini Moldorms in GT Club.
Mini Moldorms and Wizrobes too.
And, you know, Firebar in the middle of that pathway.
Of course.
Okay, on his way to the top, you're gonna have to get one of the keys from up here. On the rat.
That's a difficult location. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
It's fine.
That was a bit scary for a minute.
I'm not worried. Were you worried? I'm not worried.
Not at all.
Never found powder either, interestingly.
Yeah.
And not gonna look for it either.
And we have Moth. So
I think
not
we
a single
officially
repeat boss.
saw, yeah, every boss once. The repeat bosses were in the 3 places we didn't go. Those being Ice Harmos location, Skullwoods boss, and Mire boss.
Yep. A lot of variety this seed. And pulling out the Cape here, but honestly, it wasn't that bad of a room there. That room can get very hairy.
Yeah, I saw a clip of someone getting grabbed by a wallmaster after getting nailed by a big spike that was just in the middle of the room.
Not. This is a nice setup here. Double.
Nice double there, yeah. Nope, didn't quite get that one. Blue balls and all. There we go.
Yes.
Alex having a little bit of problem there. I will admit I have done that before.
I have done that many times. That Samaria block doesn't pop up real quick sometimes.
Yep, you gotta move down just enough to actually pop it in the.
And Ganon should go down pretty quickly with that gold sword.
Oh yeah. 6
Six
slashes, phase 1 and 2. The normal 4. Ooh. The
And
normal, yeah.
And then just 12 silverless spins.
Yep, never did find those silvers. So what do you think? My Tower or Light World?
I'm gonna say Light World.
You want to be in Graveyard Ledge?
Yep.
One more swipe and we'll find out.
Turtle Rock. Oh, it was right on Laser Bridge. Either Laser Bridge or the big key chest.
Yeah, yeah. Or I guess technically it could have been big key chest, yeah. Or big chest or big key chest.
Yeah, we didn't see either of those.
So not something that would have made a difference in this seed, considering the
No.
difference between the two. Definitely would have been interested to see which one it was on.
That it would.
Yeah, this is a very solid, very
And
good phase 4 from
There's the
Ralen.
last hit.
And with that, Ralen finishes with the win for Upstavar as auch nicht, with an official time of 152.49, and that puts them with a 2-0 win over Major Mistakes this week. It keeps them in that second place position. I think we should get an interview with Ralen right here. We'll bring him up. Hello, Ralen. Well, congrats on the win.
GG, Ralen.
GG.
So, how did you feel about that fire rep position?
I mean, there was the positive feeling of at least I got one core right.
Yeah, that's fair.
But on the other hand, everything else before made that just feel why?
Yeah, Trinex showing up on pod was we had just seen that like not too long before you went there, because Alex went to pod pretty late, and after he had the bow, so
And I was trying to hold off on pods going for the boss because I knew this has to be a Trinex there. Haven't seen it. Pod is likely to have one. Haven't seen duplicate bosses so far. So if there's 2 Trinexes, yeah, I tried to do as much checks to get the fire rod before pod, but nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually never saw a duplicate boss the entire season. The 3 duplicates were in Skullwoods, Mire, and Ice Armor. So, but yeah. But yeah, there's definitely some interesting things to see. We saw a lot of you guys did a lot of syncing up early on, it being Light World and where everything ended up being. But once Dark World came around, you guys split up quite a bit. You got that Kane pretty early out of Skullwoods, while Alex didn't go till much later. You also will finish Desert and got your Bombos, whereas he dipped into Pod first.
Yeah, that Bombos was... So I went up the mountain, found nothing there but the mushroom, and then found the coal stair. With the boss having an item, and yeah, that second item, big chest, so even Herapod was just waste of time. And then going for Desert because the book that early in combination with the boots, maybe there's something leading to the green pendant Bombos, and I was just cursing heavily. Really
Yeah.
heavily.
No, I don't blame you there. That was a big red herring from that ice, or from that Bombos this time around.
Yeah. Basically, for the first hour, every decision I made felt wrong at some point.
I think that's more just how the seed lined up than really anything, because there was not any good right decisions to be. Like, neither of you went to Castle until near your last things. Alex technically got the mitts first, but it was pretty much his last check as well. He hadn't gotten his Bombos quite yet, but...
Okay, so I was very afraid of him getting those mitts way earlier than me. I'm usually doing that castle skip even more so than Randomizer, but I am very known for that in the German community. So yeah, wouldn't have surprised me if he went there earlier. And yeah, with everything on my way to the mitts, all of the double dips and what went wrong there.
Yeah, that's fair. These things happen. A lot of people, it's really common for people to skip castles, even in non-Randomizer seeds nowadays. Never know when something can pop in there. You got anything for him, Antisim?
No, you kind of wrapped up what I had.
Yeah, it's kind of a straightforward seed for an Randomizer, actually. Despite all of the semi-trolly things. Mostly that Bombos, that was the worst.
Yeah.
Yep, and I do believe you have the German commentators waiting for you over there, so if you want to head over there, that's perfectly fine with us.
Sure, just want to say thank you for restream, for commentating, and also to the tracker. Always appreciate it. I know how much work it is. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be on here. And also, I did my teammate team name proud once again.
Yep, yeah, as we were saying earlier, this brings you guys to 5-1 out of the first 3 weeks, and 2-0 versus Major Mistakes. So, congratulations on that, and I believe that puts you in a solid second place. Oh, I have to bring back up the list again.
I think if Team Awesome doesn't play, it would be first currently.
Yep, they're currently first at 4-0. I guess technically you have more points now.
Yeah.
But we'll see how their matches against Team Hime goes.
It will be interesting to see.
They haven't had either of their matchups just yet this week.
Yep, bringing up the schedule now to see when they play. Looks like
As
they
I
haven't
said,
actually scheduled yet.
thanks to all of you, and I'm gonna hop over to the Germans.
Yep. Thanks
All
for
right.
for letting us restream. It was a lot of fun, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Alright, so we've got Alex going up the climb here. Got a little trolled by some of the shadows.
Yeah, the gauntlet was a little bit rough.
But does not have that half magic since he went straight to the right side and got that key in chest number 3.
Oh, yep. No key to burn it either. That's very important. But that single rupee, though.
And is going to face off against Mothula. Should be really quick.
Almost got knocked off there. You know what this scene needed? More rupees.
Of course.
Okay, so Alex working his way to Aga 1 now. Or Aga 2, rather. So
Well, it is our first Aga this seed, so. Ooh.
That was very nice looking. It was just barely to the left. That was real close, too. Yeah, these are some rough Aga 2 placements.
Ooh.
Very rough.
This is nicer. Oh, but it swallows up his hit.
Oh no. Hey, nice one on that one. There we go. Okay.
It's gonna fall into Ganon here any second.
Okay, once again, 6 slashes phase 1 and 2, and 12
Fair.
spins on phase 4.
Gonna have to get through all these warps first.
Yeah, there are definitely quite a few. Did you find the arrows in Turtle Rock? No, we did not.
We don't need no stinking arrows. Ooh, that's a miss. about halfway through at the moment. That's
Yep.
7.
Yeah, I don't have that half magic for fire rod shots to really be worth it. It's definitely doable, but doesn't leave you a whole lot of leeway if you miss a bunch.
Can be very hard to set up triples without that half magic.
And there it is. And with that, Alex finishes in second with the official SRL time of 2:04:55.
Very well run race by both of these runners. Definitely very entertaining, especially with a very odd fire rod go mode.
Yeah, doesn't happen often, but it's definitely something that can happen. We are going to get Alex over here for a quick interview. Hello, Alex. Congratulations on finishing the seed there. Bit of a rough fire rod spot.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting seed to watch. You did get the mitts first, but it still was quite late considering where they were at. How are you feeling about the seed?
Well, the seed was actually okay, I guess. It was fun to route. Gave us various options at the start. Locating the mids last was a little unfortunate, but nonetheless, I would have had fun playing it if I wouldn't have played so horribly, I guess.
You're playing fine, I thought.
Yeah, your execution was pretty good.
I don't know. I actually wasted time in a lot of spots. Played like, I don't know, like I was having a drink too much, I think. I don't know. I'm not really happy, as you can hear.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, I don't know.
These things happen. These seeds can be rough sometimes, especially finding things like turtle or Trinex on the pod boss without a fire rod.
Yep.
Just things that are rough, and then random things like the Dust Devil, whatever his name is, popping up in the bow room before the boss.
Yeah,
pod.
that really confused me a little, to be honest.
It confused us too.
Yeah, I was like, okay, maybe the game broke or something. Then I realized I should have probably just walked to the room first, and yeah, he showed up luckily.
Yeah, we thought it was a shadow hidden in the wall or something somewhere. So we're like, oh yeah, get the bombos, use the, which you then did, and then it didn't work.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second.
Yeah, I don't know. It actually got me confused quite a lot, but it worked out in the end, so that's alright.
So what do you think about the enemy placements overall in Randomizer?
Well, I do actually like Randomizer a lot. So the more interesting, let's say, the funnier the seed gets. So I actually liked it. It was alright. It was I as I said, I would have had fun, and yeah, fun seed.
Yeah. So unfortunately, this puts you guys at 2-4 for the tournament. So, definitely not out of it by any stretch, though. There's still quite a few teams to go, and you're still kind of middle of the pack as far as the seed. It depends on how the last matches, especially between Hime and Team Awesome, go. But there are still 4 more weeks to play. You looking forward to Mystery Seeds next week?
Yep. Yeah,
Will you be running next week, or?
I think I will. Yeah, we're not quite sure in our team. I think, or we haven't quite talked through it, but I think our plan at the beginning was that Tito and I are running again, just like this week.
Okay.
Cool.
What do you want to see for a seed next week for your mystery seed?
I'm not quite sure yet, actually. There are many interesting options. Let's say I played a few mystery seeds, and all of them actually they're funny to a certain extent. Some rather annoying, to be honest. So I would actually prefer not to do a crossword or something like this, or
Oh, no.
entrance funnel or something thingy. I'd rather have a rather common seed with a few twists to it. That would be neat.
Yeah, I had interesting seeds last time with one of them was a 3-hour entrance boss shuffle. Yeah, boss shuffle mess. The other one, or no, it was a regular shuffle. Regular enemy is not boss shuffle. But it was all dungeons, all that. It was just a 3-hour long mess. And then the next one was a pedestal seed with boss shuffle, with ironically Trinex sitting in Eastern Palace. So I feel your pain there.
Well, let's just hope it doesn't come that far.
Yep, never know with mystery seeds, which is all of the fun of it, honestly.
Yep, it is.
And with 64 races next week, we're definitely going to have some very interesting ones.
For sure, yeah. So anything else you'd like to say about the seed before we let you go?
Thanks to you guys for commentating and to our tracker for tracking. It's always a pleasure being restreamed. Makes running even more fun than it actually already is. I'm a little sorry for disappointing you, as I said, with the race. I could have done better, and that kind of annoys me. But well, thanks to you. Thanks for restreaming and everything.
No, it was. You actually didn't do that bad. It was relatively close. Like, if you would have dipped into Mire earlier, you would have had a pretty solid chance at it, honestly. It's just then going, but it makes a lot more sense to do Ice Palace and then into Hera and do all that stuff before doing that, just because they're crystal. Hera opens up the big bomb. Like, all of what you did made sense, and it just ended up not working out for you in the end.
Yep.
And that happens. That's rando for you.
Yeah, it is.
But thanks for the great show. You guys put on a great race, honestly. And I hope wish you good luck next week.
Thank you. See you.
Have a good one. Okay. So let's see. What do we have? We have lots of rando coming up today. Right now, over on SpeedGaming 5, we have Gem versus Cool Papa Bell. That is the Farim will give an interview if we win versus the Cool Rush Gamers. That should be roughly half over, slightly more, depends on how fast the seed is. Starting up about 15 minutes ago, we have a race between GFE 12 and Humbug over on SpeedGaming 4. Coming up on this channel in about 50 minutes, we will have Goomba versus Houston Baba. And an hour after that on SpeedGaming 2, we have Dracarys versus Julien. So, and then we have another medley, like another 10 plus races tonight as well. Some of them being restreamed, probably about 6 or 7 of them being restreamed.
It's going to be a busy day for Rando today.
Yes, it will.
Also, go ahead and follow our runners. They've put on an amazing seed here for us. And also follow my co-commentator and our tracker who've done also an amazing job. And
also follow him as well.
Well, that's all I have for today. I've been Antisum. You have a great day.
Yep. We're gonna sign off here then, and the stream will probably be up for a little bit while we wait for the German restream to finish their interview. But outside of that, they'll do it for us today, and we will talk to you guys hopefully in the near future. Thank you, and enjoy all the rando.